All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to break down a trading system that's designed to do something pretty ambitious, engineer a consistent or close to consistent 1% daily return. Now, this isn't about getting lucky or just throwing darts at a board. This is a full-on protocol for building returns piece by piece. So let's get into it.
And this quote, this really gets to the heart of the whole philosophy. So many traders, they're focused on selling time, right? Collecting that premium and just hoping things work out. This system, it's completely different. It's about actively engineering an outcome by using your capital in the smartest, most efficient way possible.
So that brings us to the big question, doesn't it? How can we actually build a system to do this? A 1% return on your capital per day. It sounds kind of crazy, almost too good to be true. But that key word is engineer. This isn't about luck. It's about building a machine, with specific parts that are all designed to hit a very specific goal. So let's pop the hood and look at the engine that powers this whole system. It's one specific tool used in a very specific way, the debit spread. Okay, so what in the world is a vertical debit spread? It sounds complicated, but it's really pretty simple. You're just buying one option and selling another one that's a little further out. Same expiration, same type. The result is you pay a little bit up front, that's the debit, but here's the magic. The reason it's so powerful, your maximum risk is totally locked in the second you hit that buy button. No surprises, no scary margin calls. Your risk is defined from the very start.
Let's make this real. Imagine a stock is trading at $100. You could go in, buy the 95 strike call, and at the exact same time, sell the 100 strike call. Let's say the net cost for this whole package is $4.50 a share. That $450, that is the absolute most you can possibly lose, period. Your risk is capped.
Okay, so that's the risk. What about the reward? Well, the most you can make on that $5 wide spread is 50 cents, or $50. Now that might not sound like a lot, but wait. Because your risk was only $450, that represents a potential return on your capital of over 11%. And that, right there, is a beautiful illustration of the capital efficiency we're talking about. And this is where we really draw a line in the sand. The 1% system uses deep in-the-money debit spreads. Think of it as a precision, directional tool. This is a world away from the super popular out-of-the-money credit spread, which is all about selling premium and comes with a totally different and, frankly, often hidden set of risks.
And if you just look at the data here, the case makes itself. I mean, look at this side by side. The deep ITM debit spread, it wins on capital efficiency, hands down. It has way less exposure to volatility changes or vega, and this is huge. It's gamma risk. That's the crazy acceleration of risk as you get close to expiration. It's just so much more controlled. For what we're trying to do in this system, it's not even a contest.
Now you might be thinking, hey, why go through all this trouble? Why not just buy the stock? And that's a perfectly fair question. It's because these spreads are basically synthetic stock positions that are just better tools for the job. They take way less capital, which juices your ROI. That short leg acts as a little built-in hedge. And maybe most importantly, they let you turn over your capital and compound it way, way faster.
Okay, so now we get to the really cool part, the actual engineering. See, it's not enough to just use any debit spread. We have to build it with very specific parts. And that means we're going to engineer this thing with a very specific Greek, high delta. So what is delta? Well, think of it like this. It tells you two super important things at once. First, it tells you how much the options price is going to move for every dollar the stock moves. And second, it gives you a pretty good estimate of the probability that the option will finish in the money. So a 90 delta option, it's going to move almost dollar for dollar with the stock, and it has something like a 90% chance of being profitable at expiration. In this system, delta isn't a guess. It's something we choose.
And this visual just makes the whole philosophy crystal clear. We are intentionally choosing to live over here in that high probability zone on the left. We're engineering the odds in our favor before we even place the trade. We are not, I repeat, not, speculating over there in the low probability zone on the right.
So here it is, the absolute core of the engineering. We go deep in the money with both legs of the spread. We're buying an option with a delta of, say, 0.90, and here's the critical part. We are selling another option that's also deep in the money, maybe with a delta around 0.80. It's this unique structure that gives us that predictable, stock-like movement, but with this incredible high-probability foundation and almost no drag from time decay. The philosophy is simple, right? We are buying probability, not lottery tickets.
Okay, so we've got the what, we've got the why. Let's shift gears and get into the how. This is the execution protocol, the actual nuts and bolts rules for getting the job done.
The system zeroes in on trades that have just 5 to 10 days till expiration, or DTE. So why so short? It's all about speed, capital velocity. The whole point is to get in, hit your target, and get out, freeing up your capital for the next cycle. It also means we're exposed to market risk for way less time, and it keeps us far away from that really dangerous period of gamma acceleration.
And this all comes together in a repeatable, mechanical checklist. You do this every single time, no exceptions. Number 1, confirm the market conditions look good. 2, make sure the spread you're building hits our specific delta and ROI targets. 3, apply strict capital management rules. You never ever overexpose your account. And finally, and this is probably the most important one, you define your exit plan, your profit target, and your stop loss before you ever enter the trade.
So let's just step back and bring it all home. What is this system really all about? Well, it's about stacking the probabilities in your favor from the get-go. It's about using your capital with maximum efficiency. It's about controlling your exposure to the market. It's about having a plan and executing it the same way over and over. And it's about having the discipline to let that compounding work its magic. This isn't about trading for a thrill, it's structured capital engineering.
Let's end on this, because it's a critical point about risk. Gamma, that wicked acceleration of risk right before expiration, is what blows up so many traders. It absolutely punishes indecision. This entire system, from top to bottom, is built to avoid that trap. It's designed to hit its target and get out, recycling that capital long before gamma can even become a threat. So it really just leaves you with a simple question. Are you just trading, or are you ready to start engineering?